So we're trying to rest. This is a rest day for us. Sheldon is digging out a ditch. It's a peaceful morning. Chickens are out, enjoying the yard. You can see the grass is getting super green. And there is just a hue of green in the trees. You can see from the large thunderstorm that we had, everything's greening out. Hey everybody, welcome to Scatter's Homestead. And today, Sheldon and I are taking a day of rest, and we are just going to be relaxing today. We've already had a wonderful time of devotions with some friends on Zoom. It's amazing what you can do online. It was very empowering, just encouraging, and just remembering the things that God has done just this week. It's just incredible, absolutely incredible. So we'll just take you along on a restful day. So we're trying to rest. This is a rest day for us. So we only have that tractor for a little bit longer, or well, we were told we could have that tractor for as long as we wanted, but we want to give it back to the owners as soon as possible because I know there's other people that would like to use the tractors. So one of the things that we wanted to work on was drainage, that we had to have proper drainage coming from the community garden area. And so Sheldon is digging a really nice ditch over there. So I'll take you so that you can go see that. So he's just dug away, and he is creating a nice ditch. So that we can get proper drainage coming from here, because this area right here is where I want to have the wash station. So you can almost see how there is a natural opportunity for the water to come down into this ditch. But as you can see in the bush, there's always a ton of leaves, and that's what constantly plugs up this ditch. And it's just been years and years and years never maintained. So we're going to maintain it now, dig it down really nice. That will also include drainage over here. So you can see there's a culvert, then we have water, and the water is standing in the middle of our lawn right now. It is just so wet from the storm that we had. And that's usually common for spring. And if it happens in summertime, it doesn't actually last that long unless we have like 5 days straight of rain. So it's not something that we would actually consider changing. We're not going to change that. But here you can see how much water is actually coming through this drainage ditch already. So it has a really good flow. And it is moving down along, oh, it looks like we have a little bit of a dam here, slowing down. There's a lot of brush and stuff in there. It's like a dam's been created. It's a little bit of a dam, and it's like, look at that, it's just leaves and stuff. I'll have to go through here with one of my rakes. This is the kind of garbage that we're dealing with. All of these leaves piling up, because it's actually like, it should be deep enough that it could run, but we have a lot of leaves. There we go. That's just satisfying. So satisfying. I was a little kid who always played in the water, and I haven't changed. Okay, so we continue on. And you can tell it's running really well there. So to give you a little bit of perspective, right over there, that's going to be the driveway going to the greenhouse. We'll put a culvert in there, and then we're going to put a culvert in here and put a little road in here because we've been using it to get in there where the garden is, and it's been working really well, so we're just going to do that as well. So here it continues to run. I'm just going to show you kind of where it all goes. So it goes down this back driveway. This is what leads us into that back field. And if you've been with me long, you have gone for walks with me in that back field a couple of times. So here we continue on, and then we're going into the natural creek. So there is a natural little creek in here. Now it just looks like swamp. Usually we have mallards nesting in here. It's always really awesome. And I have seen mallards in here already. Just don't know exactly where their nest is. But then the creek runs along there, and it runs all the way to here. And then we have another culvert, which then runs across the road and to the pond. And then there's actually a drainage area out there. If the pond gets to a certain height, it then runs over and then it runs into the creek. So it's a good setup. You can see here, maybe you can see it. The water's running into the pond. So we're pretty fortunate to consider all of this stuff has actually been here, and it's been here the whole entire time that we've lived here. We just haven't maintained it, and we haven't used it properly. So now that we're digging this out, it's going to be used properly. We'll just have to make sure that we don't have leaves and debris in there, that it's nice and clean, that we'll have proper drainage. So it looks like Sheldon's just about done. Obviously he has to clean up all the mud that he is pulling out of there, because he's making a real mess out of the driveway. But that tractor has come in handy so many times. While Sheldon's doing that, I have been working on making a tomato sauce. This tomato sauce, these tomatoes actually come from my garden. All I did was I chopped them up. Go ahead and I place them into a blender and I blend them up, and then I throw them into freezer bags. That's a really fast an easy way to go ahead and to take care of your tomatoes. Obviously, if you don't want to have all the extra like skin and seeds in there. So with these tomatoes, what I ended up doing, they weren't peeled or anything, they had seeds in them. And I went ahead and I just threw the whole block of tomatoes, they were frozen, I just threw them into the pot and I just let them slowly cook down, that they were all thawed. And then I let them cook in there for a little bit, but then I went ahead and I used one of these. And I have no clue what you call this, but coming from a German family, there's always a German word for it. That's not everybody's term. So what I do is this. I'll just put the tomato stuff, all the stuff, I just pour it in here, and then I end up, you just roll this around, and then what it will do is it will push through all of the tomato pulp and the stuff that we actually want to eat, and then it leaves the tomato peel and the seeds. Obviously, we don't actually get nearly as much out of it if we don't do it fresh. If we put it in frozen, a lot of the good tomato stuff stays stuck there. But this is what I do. Like, I canned lots of tomato juice in fall, and there was just a couple Ziploc bags that I just threw into the freezer. I didn't have time to deal with them, and so then obviously it takes a lot more to actually get like a really good sauce out of it. This I'm gonna make a marinara out of. The marinara I use for pizzas and spaghetti sauce and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna cook that up now because seeing it is holidays, look at that. I've gone ahead and I've prepared a sourdough dough for pizza. So we're making pizza tonight.